The new translation capability that's embedded into RegDocs 365 is incredibly powerful. What it allows us to be able to do is upload documents of any language type into the RegDocs 365 environment and dynamically be able to translate those documents into neutral English language for processing of intelligence. We can then use the natural language processing engine to extract insight, meta information, and data directly from the files and translate them back to the user experience. You can then search across multiple language-based documents using whatever language that you're naturally searching in. So if you're searching in English, you can search in English and find documents in Japanese. Vice versa, if you're using an interface and you're typing Japanese-based characters, you can search across documents, whether they're in English or Japanese or French or German, it doesn't really matter. So with that, we're going to dive in and take a quick look at the capabilities around this one new feature that we've added to the RegDocs 365 environment. Let's go ahead and dive in right now and take a look at some documents. We have a few that are uploaded here. So we're going to click in this area here called My Files, which is going to load up 3 documents related to a product called Keytruda, which is a Merck product. This is all public-facing information that was gathered from various different agencies. So the first one that we're going to look at here is actually in English format, and we'll open it up, and what we'll see here is an HTML-based viewer that displays and shows the content as it was processed by the intelligence engine. We can still view that file in RegDocs 365 by clicking on the View File link. As you can see here, this is the document directly in the repository in its English format. Coming back to the interface here, we can also see that there's some really powerful things that have happened in the processing and intelligence gathering of this file. One is the ability to extract meta information directly from the content. For purposes here, I'm going to just kind of zoom in and take a look at some of the side effects that are in this document. So acute respiratory failure. You can click on that link and it'll jump you directly to where that side effect was identified within the text. You could also say, I also want to look at, let's say, chronic pulmonary, obstructive pulmonary disease. It'll jump me again to that section. So I can very quickly interact with the content. You'll also notice that any objects that were embedded in this document, in this case it was a PDF, they've been extracted and they've been analyzed independently of the text itself. So for instance, if I open up this child image, I'll see here that this diagram has been automatically OCR'd and any intelligence associated with it has been extracted. Now, how does this get into the language side? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's go back to My Files and let's open up this other document, which is the same document, but in Japanese format. So when we open this document up, it opens up very similar to the way that we saw the other one. The text has been extracted. We'll see that that text is in English format, but what we'll notice here is that the predicted language on this document was Japanese. And in fact, if we actually open up the document in RegDocs 365, we'll see this is the actual document that was processed by the system that was uploaded originally. So it's clearly in Japanese. This is the drug name. So we'll go ahead and we'll copy that because we're going to use that a little bit later in our demo. So let's go ahead and close this out. And what we'll see here is this document has been translated. Now, if we wanted to see the original Japanese, we could just come in here and select Japanese from the list, and it will automatically translate that document back to Japanese right within the viewer. So we can read it in the native language. We could also, on the fly, be able to say, well, maybe I want to read this in French because I'm in France and that's what I want to read. So let's type in French. And we can view it in French now. Or let's say we want to see it in German. So we can go ahead and translate it on the fly into German. So with this comes a lot of power. So let's say you're searching in Japan and you want to use the interface and it's been translated into your native interface. Fine, I can go in and search. I want to search on that drug name. I can type in my normal characters. Not only does it translate the document, but it translates the query as well and understands and interprets what's being written and then executes that search. So let's go ahead and do that search. The documents that meet that criteria for that search interface. So again, we have the original Japanese document, but we'll also see that it did identify the original Keytruda USPI document, which was in English as well. If we open up that document, we'll see in the viewer that it has jumped to the area in which it's found the search hit for that particular language automatically, where it identified it. It also jumped us down here. And we can see that this document is an English document that originally came in as English, but in searching in the Japanese language, I was able to identify this. Thank you very much for your time today on this short little segment, and please note there are a tremendous amount of new features that have been incorporated into the next generation of RegDocs 365, and we hope that you find this enlightening. If you would like to learn more about it, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to talk to you about all the features that are available in this new release. Thank you.